Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's full moon readings. We are leaning into the energy in these readings of the very first full moon of 2026. Now, fascinatingly, pile one actually has the birch tree. I'll show you the cards in detail in a moment, and I'm going to draw some runes as well. But you know, we are entering the moon month of talks with relations, and this is connected to the tree law of birch. And what's the first card that came out? The birch. So mind-blowing sort of synchronicities and energies aligning already. And we're going to find out how you can harness the full moon energy to elevate your consciousness, to support your manifestations, and really harness this lunar energy for your own abundance. Whatever abundance means for you. Abundance can be your own financial circumstances. Personally, I see abundance as absolute pure bliss, pure happiness on the earthly plane. Whatever may help and assist you in that way, that's what we are seeking guidance about. Now, beautiful souls, welcome back. Welcome if you are returning. Welcome if you're new. It is wonderful to be here. This is looking to be the most incredibly exciting year, particularly for manifestation, because the astrology of 2026 is all about self-mastery. And self-mastery is about manifestation. It's how we ourselves are consciously co-creating with the universe. It's why I am doing a whole series of monthly live seminars on Zoom where I'm literally going to teach you how to manifest with the moon. I'll put a link below if you're interested in those. Now, beautiful souls, let's draw some runes. Let's show you the cards in detail, draw some runes as well, and then dive into the readings. So pile one, as already said, your card is Beeth, which is birch. I will say a lot more about this in the readings. Pile two, you have Phagos, beech. This is card number 24. And then pile three, we have card number 21, Road Grove. Okay, so those are the cards. Let me just make sure the camera is focusing properly for you. Hopefully that's good. Yeah, that might be a little clearer. Let's draw some runes as well. So pile one, you have two coming through. You have, this is the rune of Anzus, signs, signals, synchronicities. And you have the rune of Othilla, which is the rune of separation. I will explain all about them in the readings. Then in pile two, you have two runes as well. You have the rune of strength. And you have the rune of Perth, initiation. Very, very interesting. Gosh, these are fascinating readings. They really, really are. Okay, so that's the rune of Perth, initiation. And then pile three, two runes again. You have the blank rune. And you also have the rune of Thurizaz Gateway. Okay. How fascinating. Right. Huge energies coming in here. Huge messages. I feel like they're just overflowing with messages. Beautiful souls. I'm super duper excited to be doing this reading with you. This is my very first reading of 2026. I have another one arriving for you in a couple of days on Sunday. I always post my readings every single Sunday. So we'll have the first Sunday of 2026 in a couple of days. Thank you so much, all of you who follow my readings week in, week out. And thank you, all of you. I do hope you've had the most amazing Christmas and a fabulous New Year. And I hope you are looking forward to an amazing year of self-mastery and manifestation, because that's really what this year is offering us. Thank you, all of you as well, who've been buying, my moon diary. And also for those of you who are interested in the tribal knowledge around the moons and indeed the tree law, this is my workbook, Live Consciously, the Manifest with the Moon 2026 workbook. We'll be using this in some of the seminars, though it's not essential. You can do the seminars regardless. But this book has all of the monthly tribal information, the much deeper psychological layer of information for every single moon month. So, beautiful souls, let us proceed with the readings. Now I'm going to leave the camera running for a few moments longer in case you need a little bit more time just to see which pile is really singing to you. If it's more than one, then just trust that there may be more than one message coming through for you. So we're going to ask, how can you harness the full moon energy for your own elevated consciousness to support lunar abundance, to support your manifestations, your ability to literally manifest with the moon and bring abundance into your life? How magic. Beautiful souls, I'll see you in the readings in just a moment. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. Let's find out how you can harness this full moon energy so that you can align yourself with elevated consciousness and bring abundance into your life. You have Angel of New Beginnings. I mean, you just could not write it because Birch Tree is about new beginnings. The reason Birch Tree is so associated with the first moon of the year is because the energy of birch, birch is literally, if there's a forest fire, birch is the very first tree to reseed itself. It literally starts off the whole ecosystem of, just bringing a little bit more light in there, it starts a whole new ecosystem. It's the beginning of a new forest. So it's really, really big. In the runes, Berkana is the rune that is symbolized by the birch tree. So this is about birth. It's about new beginnings. Look at this window opening for you. Wow. Now, there may be something you have to let go of, or it may just be that you're tying up loose ends with Othilla. But Othilla really does help us. The energy of Othilla really helps us to let go of something like physical that we have been clinging to, something that we really do need to let go of. Be still is your card here as well. Cultivate a space of stillness and silence, or just be, and look at the full moon. Wow, just look at the full moon rising here. Oh my goodness me. I'm going to get another card from that same pack. I'm really drawn to it. Look at this. Now, the full moon, at the time of doing these readings, I will say whenever you're drawn to a pick a card reading, there'll be a message for you because you wouldn't be drawn to it otherwise. But, in many ways, every pick a card reading is timeless. But if you're watching this as I'm uploading it, tomorrow is the day of the full moon. The first full moon. It literally kind of initiates the lunar energy for the year. I think as it rises, what we're seeing is the moon rising on the horizon. I think there is a new horizon opening for you. May we kindly ask, how can my beautiful pile ones harness this energy? Breathe in, practice breath work today. Do you know, I think that the greatest way that you personally can harness this energy is actually to be still. Just really center your energy. I don't think you need to do anything active. I think what will happen is the more still and the more present you are, the more you will be given signs, synchronicities. I think you'll be shown something. It very specifically relates to a new opportunity. This isn't something that you are doing already, or if it is, it's a doorway that leads something you're already doing further. It takes it into a new chapter or a new phase of its growth. What I see here literally is, my goodness me, I mean, if you have the capacity on the day of the full moon, if it is within your personal power to not do too much, really literally just, to not have to do too much, literally just be still or go out and sit in a high place. I'm seeing there's a lot of high place energy here. Finding somewhere just to be. And opening yourself, my goodness me, the spiritual downloads that you could get in terms of elevating your consciousness, your sight, I think are going to be mind-blowing on this day. Almost as if you will be gifted the seeds you need to then sow. There is an opening. We have island, boundlessness and isolation. And look at the island, it's like that high place again. Now that is an interesting card because we've got the whale here. I'm sort of seeing whale song, and the, no man is an island is coming through here. I'm going to draw your tarot cards before I say any more. But if there is something you have to let go of, my pile one, I think it might be to do with working in a solitary way or living in a solitary way. Let me just move these along. Kind of want to just make sure everything is in camera for you. Yeah, that's super good. Let's draw your tarot cards. May we kindly ask, how can my pile one harness the energy so we know getting still on that day is really valuable for you? We have the card of the magician. I think something very magical will happen. But you've got to be still enough to notice it. So what we see here is that game, where you put something down and you have 3 cups, and the 3 cups, under one of them is a gift. And picks up, the magician will swirl them all around. And you think that you've kept your eye on the game. And you think you know which one the dice is under or the gift is under. But it could turn out to be a different one. But look at that. I just think... I think the right path will be revealed to you, probably either on the day, if you're watching this ahead of time, if you're watching this in a few days' time or a couple of weeks' time, or you've randomly come across it or it's randomly come into your stream, I think that probably literally within the next couple of days, because that's the timing of the energy in this, within the next couple of days, an opportunity will be opened for you, a new opportunity. You kind of need to be able to listen with all that you are. Listen with your eyes, listen with your ears, listen with your emotions, literally kind of like breathe in possibility, get still. And a sign will be shown to you that will, I think, be very clear. And no man is an island coming through again. Look at how this army is moving forwards with the 5 of Pentacles, with the wounded soldier. Wonder if some of you have to let go of a wound, or you'll be shown how to release it. Let's look at these 4 now. If we need more, we can get them. We may or may not. We have the puppeteer, we have the Fool, we have the 7 of Swords, we have the 9 of Swords, and then we have the 10 of Swords. Okay. Oh, this is very, very interesting. Yeah, there is something that will reach a conclusion. Goodness me. Right. Stop, get still, breathe in. Let me see. I think I need to I'll be drawing more cards for you in a moment. What I see here is that you are something is going to be revealed to you Now, it may be that something is revealed to you that gives the window, this window of opportunity, but I think the window of opportunity is actually to do with letting something go, something or someone. I think you need to let go of something or someone. And I think you'll be shown in no uncertain terms who this is, actually. I'm really, really sorry, but I think somebody has been talking behind your back. I'm so sorry, pile one. This is not the energy that I wanted to lean into in any of these readings, but you know, I have to read it as it is. I think somebody has been talking behind your back or doing something behind your back, trying to manipulate or maneuver something behind your back. And actually, what you are shown is, well, actually, I'm pulled into this energy, and yet it's joyous that it ends. You move away from this. Maybe there is a healing of the wounds. Practice breath work. I think that somebody has talked behind your back and they've created a scenario where you've ended up feeling both wounded and actually quite isolated. That's actually what manipulative people do. They try to isolate you. I think, interestingly enough, I'm so sorry that's happened. I was really thinking, gosh, this is heartbreaking. You're going to be shown it. I think you probably already know it, actually. What's going to be shown is how to move away from this. That's what you're going to be shown. You're going to be given a magical solution. That's what you're going to be shown. Gosh, for a moment I was drawn in and I thought, but you know, I think there's something of the power and energy of this kind of person. I think you have been drawn in, or you were drawn in to someone who was not genuine. You thought they were, but they weren't. I think you have been drawn in. I think they did wound you. I think they tried to create isolation, or maybe they even thought you were isolated and they thought that they could get away with pulling a few strings. I'm really sorry, but actually you've got the Fool bang in the middle. You've got the Seven of Swords saying, hang on a minute, integrity rules here. You know, this isn't okay to do this to anybody. I think you're shown a way to conclude this, actually. I think you're shown how to complete it. Because actually you need to let it go so that the new can begin. You need to let this go, move on from it, release it completely. And of course, full moons are magical for release ceremonies. I will be covering all of this. Honestly, if you're interested in manifesting with the moon, do join me or think about joining me for the Zoom meetings that I'm going to be doing, because, you know, every month I will be talking about a different aspect in depth of moon manifestation, how to work with the different moon phases. Full moons are magical for release. They also illuminate what we need to release. They also illuminate the pathway ahead. In this instance, what you're going to be shown is a new horizon. And it's like the new horizon. Breathe in. This magical window of opportunity. You're going to, I think there will be an opening for you that enables you to make a decision and to call the shots and to conclude something. I think you probably do know who's been wounding you, what's been going on. There's a release with this. That's the real magic. You're shown, I think you're shown what you can do, or a doorway, a pathway beyond this. And I'm thrilled, because you need to let it go permanently. So it's not in your field, not in your energy, not in your mind. It's about moving beyond it. May we get more guidance and information, please, for my pile one. King of Cups. How fantastic. Okay. If this is the calm after the storm. Two kings. Oh, my goodness me. King of Cups, King of Pentacles. Wowza wow. I mean, really wow. You've got the World. mind blown. And you have the Ten of Cups. Oh my goodness me. I am so super excited for you. Right, this really confirms where I'm going with this. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Source. Pile 1. You can end this permanently or end your attachment to it. That's what's happening here. The full moon will illuminate some things. Not only will it really, really give you absolute clarity as to what's been going on, but at the same time, this will give you an opportunity. There's a window of opportunity coming for you to literally make a decision or a choice, to draw the line around something, and you move through and beyond this. It's like you're empowered. You're completely empowered. You step out of this situation. You step into joy. You step into happiness. Interesting, because actually the energy of birth can also create resolution if there's conflict. Whatever that resolution is, whether the resolution is leaving something behind but coming to terms with it, or exiting on a good note, or even just reaching a place where there is some sort of resolution. I mean, maybe somebody could even come forward and apologise to you. But I don't know. I have to admit, I have more of an inclination of seeing you rising. King of Cups, look at the storm going on and then the calm. And the King of Pentacles, really heading up the boardroom table here. I think you're given something, an opening, gosh, to really move beyond something. Or maybe it's even just to know that it's over. I think that's what's coming here. Maybe either you get to draw the line, or you get a message or some information that tells you it's permanently over. It's done and dusted. It's finished. No man is an island. Somebody might reach out. It's a possibility that someone might reach out to you. You might receive... God, you could even receive some form of compensation if somebody treated you badly and you've been waiting for something. I think you get a validation that tells you this is over. I'm going to draw just a few more cards to ask about that, but this is a super outcome. Ten of Cups is gorgeous. May I kindly ask, look at that, your cards are absolutely showing. Queen of Swords. Now, she is often indicated in a traditional pack. You see her with holding scales of justice. Justice will be served. I think you receive some form of information that confirms to you that something that was actually horrible and manipulative behind your back is over. And it's concluded. I don't think you have to do anything, but I think it liberates you to move forwards. I think it's a piece of news. Yeah, Page of Swords beneath it. Look at this. The Page of Swords can indicate a bit of the gossip and the drama kind of sits. But look at the shadows here. I think something is revealed. On the full moon, or within a couple of days of it, or whenever you find this reading, I think within a couple of days something will be revealed to you. It's very magical, actually, because it goes back to some form of wounding, stabbing in the back, not nice behaviour, and it is a confirmation that that is now over, that whoever was doing this, what they were doing is now revealed, it's out in the open. And I think it literally enables you to step away from a situation. I think permanently. Now, whether you step away within yourself because you find peace and harmony, or you step away from it knowing that something has been addressed, it's almost as if, I think it's been karmically addressed. And I mean, what a confirmation of your own spiritual pathway, of your own guidance, being free to look ahead. You know, knowing that this is never going to happen again. I think there is something is revealed to you that confirms to you in a really big way that it's over. I keep hearing justice will be served. You might literally hear of something, and I sort of very big on not getting into an ego-y kind of battle when people behave badly, because all we're doing is fueling more of the same. But it can also be very helpful, to, if we get a reassurance where we hear somebody, and I'm going to use the language of somebody got their comeuppance, like something, in a way, what they put into the world came back to them, and it's not about feeling self-righteous about it, but sometimes hearing that that's happened can actually make you feel very safe if you have been fearful that this could happen again. So I think that's what's happening. It almost confirms your own spiritual pathway. I think you can lay it to rest, knowing that this will not ever come back and haunt you again. Something is over. It's completed. Something that was in the shadows is brought to the light, and in no uncertain terms, it frees you, and that's what I'm seeing. And I think that's how you harness the full moon energy. Your consciousness is immediately elevated because it's kind of like you can breathe again. You can rest easy, and you can come up for air. If you've been feeling like you need to live in isolation because you don't want to be targeted by somebody, or you've really withdrawn, you can come up for air. You can breathe again. You can breathe easy. Wow. I think whatever you went through, it was quite big. And I'm really, really sorry. Some form of targeting or bullying or just really not nice stuff. But some news is magically revealed to you, as it were. And the reason it's so magic is because you know that this is never going to happen again. You can step forward with confidence. It's like you can own the world. You can step up into a place of visibility, of leadership. You know the storm is over. And yeah, it does feel as though karmically justice is served. Whatever somebody did, it's come back to them. It was never your responsibility to retaliate, but now you are free of it and you can move forwards. This is a seriously, gosh, deep and powerful reading. No wonder you can now harness the full moon energy, because your consciousness can now elevate. You can now step into a place of abundance, of leadership, of joy, of happiness, because there isn't anything in the way to stop you. Wow. Pile 1, this is your reading. I am blown away. Absolutely blown away. Beautiful souls, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you so much if you're following my readings, and thank you so much. I know you'll know, for those of you that follow my readings, I've taken a little bit of a break over Christmas. I've still been posting readings every week, but not quite as many as I usually do, though now we are starting the new year fresh and I am back on track. I just wanted to take some time out to be with my family over Christmas and New Year's. So beautiful souls, it's great to be back. Great to be planning on working with you in manifesting with the moon, and indeed in the readings that we do here together. Beautiful souls, if you are connected with the Manifest with the Moon seminars, I look forward to seeing you for our upcoming seminar, where we're really going to dive into every aspect of moon manifestation. That's our first seminar, so you really know all the different components, so you really are starting the year absolutely with every piece of knowledge you need, and then I'll show you how to work with all of that through the year. But I mean, I'm super excited. And for those of you that have jumped on board my tarot course as well, thank you so much. I'm really excited to be working with you. Beautiful souls, it's amazing to be connected with all of you. I am humbled to be walking with you at this incredible time of transformation. Pile 1, tons of love. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. You have Phagos Beach and the rune of Uruz, Strength, and Initiation, Perth. This is very interesting because beach is like, if we think in a traditional way of the oak being the king of the forest, then beach is the queen. And the origins of beach are very much about learning and research and study, and I'm wondering if you need to be initiated into something that is going to give you impact on your longer term future, your longer term manifestations. Now we're asking, how can you harness the full moon energy so you can be in a space of elevated consciousness to support your own abundance, your own happiness, your own bliss, whatever that may be. You have Angel of Comfort. What else do we have here for my beautiful pile twos? There is hope ahead. Oh, this is so sweet. Have courage and take heart, for there is hope. Goodness me, with the rune of strength as well, which is also about courage. I feel it is this one being shown. It is okay to be misunderstood. Perception is not always based on the truth. Goodness me, what is going on here in your energy, my lovely pile twos, that might be causing you to feel a little misunderstood? We've got river flow. Look at the owl here. And the moon rising on the horizon here. Okay. Now the fox is bringing an adaptable energy, a flexible energy. I think your world is changing very fast. Now, the world we live in is changing very fast. Foxes have evolved incredibly quickly. You know, here in the UK, we now have two very distinct breeds of fox. We have the urban foxes and we have the country foxes, and they're really quite different. And these have evolved very, very, very quickly. They've adapted to their surroundings. The foxes, the country foxes, came into towns and cities, and they have literally transformed. Something is transforming here. You're learning something. I think you're on a very fast track of learning as well. Now, Perth, the rune of initiation, is a very, very personal kind of energy. It really talks about your personal growth, your own initiation, your personal soul evolution. I think you might be outgrowing something as well here. Just make sure our camera is properly focusing for you, because there is hope ahead. It would suggest have courage, strength. This is an assurance that you're in a process. It's like a river will sometimes burst its banks. You know, we think of a river as being in a fixed place, but actually they move over time. The course of a river can change. You know, if you looked at a map a few thousand years ago, you might find that a river has completely changed shape. I think there is something in your world. I think you are changing shape, actually. Let's see what we're shown as well. How can you harness the full moon energy to elevate your consciousness and move into a space of generating abundance, of manifesting abundance? I'm seeing those three. I may draw more, but let's see what we're shown initially for you, my pile two. We have the Queen of Wands. Now, she is the queen of transformation. She really is. You have the Knight of Wands. Oh, this is fast happening. You've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups. Oh, my goodness me. Things really are changing in your world, and fast. But they're changing in a very fascinating way. Let me just put the rest of your cards out first. You've got the Seven of Swords. You've got the Nine of Cups. And you've got the Ace of Cups as well. Okay. This is really fascinating, and I need to say as well, very joyous. I feel like you may be feeling a little bit tired, a bit under the weather, a little bit like, kind of a little bit worn down, you know, a bit like the path of a river. You know, water can just erode over time. It does. I mean, it's strong enough to literally erode rocks. But I think there's something in this reading right now that is really acknowledging that you are at this. It's a bit like being in a birth canal, really, almost, but a birth canal of consciousness and a birth canal of alignment to a world that is honestly stunning and beautiful. You've got the Nine of Cups, which is a card of absolute fulfillment, and the Ace of Cups, which is new love. Now, you also have the Ten of Cups bang in the middle. I think this might be the dream in the middle here. I think this might be what you're manifesting. So what I'm going to say is, obviously this is a general reading, but I do feel for many of you, I think what you might be trying to manifest is love, is that ultimate connection. You know that, I mean, look at this couple here. We have this angelic relationship. I feel that you might be looking at this and almost as if, and this is non-gender specific, but with two queens, I feel like it's almost like you're trying to establish how to be in a heavenly relationship where your deeply held feminine understandings are really revered and honoured. That's what's coming through here. I think you have had to be adaptable in your life. And I think you're reaching a point where you are stepping into your own power. And this is non-gender specific, but this is about being in touch with the divine feminine. And we all have the divine feminine within us, irrespective of how we identify. So however you identify, this is about you owning the attributes of the divine feminine in alignment with the get up and go of the divine masculine, and seeking partnership in this, seeking harmony. There's aspects of you that need to be heard, and they are the divine feminine aspects within you. You are literally in a place where you are kind of birthing. And I think you are seeking people with whom you can align, people with whom you can feel fulfilled, have fulfilling relationships, relationships that honour the power of the divine feminine. In balance with the divine masculine. And I also think for some of you, it may be that you are needing to break out of, or you have been possibly for a little bit of time working at breaking out of the mould. Some of you may even be well on track, actually, to being breaking out of the mould, but you haven't necessarily yet met completely the entire community and package of people who resonate with you. It's almost like you might find that you are genuinely beginning to attract people that are just fab for you, that really align with the new energy, the new frequency that you wish to be, that you want to connect with. There are still people around who don't resonate. And as fast as you are rising, I think you have days when you feel like it's been a long haul, if I'm honest. That's what it feels like. But your reading appears to be suggesting that you are extremely well on track. And even if you have days when you feel like you're misunderstood, or people don't really hear you, or don't really see you, or if they do see you, but they don't understand you, or they don't appreciate you, this is actually saying, look, stand strong here, like the beach. The queen of the forest, you've got two queens. Stand strong. The right people are coming in. Stay strong, stay committed. The right people, the right love is coming in. The right people or the right person, whatever this may be. This is a kind of a people-orientated reading, but it can be people across the board. I think the right people are coming in because people are all changing. Look, there's so much new consciousness around. You know, if you think about it, I mean, my goodness me, this is going to be showing my age, but, you know, when I was a teenager, if you were interested in the environment, you were a tree-hugging hippie. I've said this in some readings before. If you were interested in meditation, you were seriously woo-woo. Now, every single CEO buys a meditation package for their company because it works. It's almost like it had to be proven to work before people would buy it and believe in it. And we're living in a world where there's loads of new stuff coming forwards. There's also a lot of scamming within it. It's why I'm building a tarot course based on ethical principles, and you know, we work within an ethical framework, or my readers work within an ethical framework. It's why you know, I'm really intent on creating something that's very, very, very different, because there's so much out there that isn't offering that sense of solidness. And this comes from my psychotherapy practice of years and years and years. You know, integrating reading into an existing career, but working within an ethical framework. Do check it out if you're interested in that. But it's like this is you rising, and I feel as though you are well on track in rising. So the moon will probably illuminate this for you, but it may also be illuminating almost that you'll be noticing that there are still areas of your world where perhaps the right people haven't yet clicked into place. Now, I think they're coming. I think it's going to flow quite quickly, especially with the Knight of Wands. This would suggest this is happening fast. Let's draw more cards and follow this through. May I ask when this sort of next, perhaps key relationship is coming for my pile twos? Well, you have the Eight of Cups. Okay. We've got someone springboarding into a new horizon. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. You've got the Eight of Pentacles, which is... Now, both of these cards have a fairly steady energy. I think that the right people, the right tribe, the right friends, the right working team, the right love, the right, you know, you've probably got pockets of your life that are already pretty super cool, but there are other areas that maybe haven't yet manifested. I think they're coming. And the harnessing of the full moon energy is letting you know that you are already on track. Just keep going as you are. Make a commitment to remaining as you are. You are absolutely bringing in the right people. Okay? Just don't be afraid to step up, stand up, be seen. If people shoot you down, or you know, something comes your way that's negative, it's just the world we're living in. Not everybody is on as fast a track as you are, or as fast a train as you are. Step by step, you're going to get to the other side here. You're going to get to where you need to be. The right people will come. I think it is a question of steadiness here, hence the strength energy of keeping going. Slowly but surely, you're going to be finding that some people depart your world because they no longer resonate with you, whilst others come in, new ones come in. This is a process to go through. In some ways, one day you will look back at this and you will just think, my God, my goodness me, I can't believe how fast that transition was. And yet when you're in it, it can feel as though it's taking time. It's like birth, isn't it? You know, if any of you have given birth, you'll know, you know, it can feel like it's a long haul. And yet, retrospectively, when you look back, it's like a drop in the ocean of our linear time. Let's ask if we have any further information about harnessing the full moon energy for this. Right, you've got King of Pentacles. Okay, I'm very conscious we have the Queen here. I think this is about really owning your own power. And I think the full moon will show you, illuminate. Yeah, look at this, the High Priestess. You've got visibility here. I think the full moon will illuminate the steps that you need to take to stay on track. Okay, that's what this particular full moon is offering you. Yeah, so that you can climb, keep climbing. And we have the Hierophant. Now, you may need to break out. This is about tradition. It sometimes acknowledges that we step out of tradition. We do it differently. And I think this is about you doing it differently. Everything in your reading is saying you're on track. I think what will happen with this particular full moon is that you will be, either you'll be brought into visibility because you're different. Something you do will be seen as being different, a bit like years and years and years ago, being a leader of meditation back when I was a teenager and you'd have been laughed at, misunderstood completely. There's something here about you coming into your own position of leadership and remaining on track regardless of what other people think. And I think this illumination, I think some of you might actually be brought some form of visibility. So either the next step will be shown to keep you on track, it will be illuminated, or you yourself will be brought into a position of visibility, but you also will be being seen as being different. Don't be afraid of being different. Just be you. Step up, go with it, celebrate it, love it, because this is also part of drawing in the right people. If you're not visible, if you're living under wraps, you know, you go to a party and someone asks you what you do. Let's say you're me, and someone asks you what you do. And I have always found this quite a challenge, interestingly enough. You know, how do you say to somebody when, when I talk to people about what I do, I get a really mixed bag of responses. You know, sometimes people are really interested, but sometimes people just look at me like I've grown horns, you know. And so it's actually standing up and being proud to be you. Be your different, amazing, unique self. You have something to share. It connects to the divine feminine, the ancient wisdom of the earth, or the knowledge that needs to be brought into the world to bring humanity into balance. You have that within you. However that manifests in your life, be visible. Allow yourself to be seen regardless of what anyone else thinks. This is going to manifest absolutely solidly, you know, even if it feels like it's an uphill climb, because you might be around people who don't see it that way. Just keep going. And I do think the full moon will show you both the next steps forwards. It will illuminate those next steps. For some of you, I think you yourself will be illuminated. So irrespective of what anyone else thinks, just be you, keep going. This is how you are going to manifest. You have to be able to take an ownership of who you are and be seen. And I really understand this. I can relate to it. I think I've been through an incredible journey myself in terms of being in a place and amongst a community of people where when people got to know what I did, I was really targeted, big time, versus, you know, becoming more visible, you know, here on the channel in YouTube, handling some of what came my way because of that, but also kind of needing to stay on track. And you kind of eventually, things begin to level out. And even now I still meet people who really, really don't connect with what I do, and that's fine. We're all on different pathways. I don't need to push my perspectives on anyone else, but I'm also not happy to have anybody else's perspectives pushed on me either. You know, it's got to, you know, these things are two-way. What I'm seeing for you is that the moon is going to create some kind of a visibility, I think, a situation where you are seen as being perhaps different, or that you align with a different set of values. I do think they're very earth, divine feminine connected, and possibly by some people seen as being out of the ordinary or a bit too far left field for them or whatever. Doesn't matter. Stay on track. You are being 100% supported. The right people are coming in to support you in the right way. 100%. Beautiful souls, I'm sending you all the love in the world. This is your reading, pile 2. Keep going. This is going to build. It's going to grow. But there's some kind of visibility coming here. Don't worry about what anyone else thinks. Just keep on going and be you. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Pile 2. If you are interested in manifesting with the moon, do consider joining my Manifest with the Moon, Learn How to Manifest with the Moon seminars. They are live on Zoom, and we will be meeting once a month through the whole year and literally learning every aspect of manifesting with the moon. So again, it's a little bit different, and it is different actually because later in the year I'm sort of in the process of setting up a research study which connects to the influence of the moon. And so people who are on my course will be able to potentially join that study as well. So if any of these things interest you, you know, my tarot course or anything, do check them out. If you're wanting to learn to read but work with a community of ethical, that we work within an ethical framework, do check out the stuff that I do. It's about bringing this higher level of consciousness into the world, and actually about bringing stuff that people have, you know, in the mainstream world might see as a bit woo-woo, really bringing this into visibility actually, but in a way that, you know, really helps to sort of honour it and structure it and help people to understand it in a very real way. Anyway, I'm waffling away. Beautiful souls, tons of love. Have an amazing full moon, or whenever you come to this reading, have an amazing few days. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks. Be you. Something is coming here. Something very specific that helps you to step up, to be seen, the next step forward to your own pathway of fulfilling those elements of within yourself, or indeed you get visibility. But it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. You can do this. You can absolutely do this. Pile 2, tons and tons of love. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You have Road Grove, or Code Grove rather, card number 21. You also have Thurisaz Gateway and the blank rune. I feel like you are in a pregnant pause, or in an ideal world, that would be a good way to be, to harness this full moon energy, to elevate your consciousness, to help you to manifest abundance. May we kindly have an angel card for my pile 3s. What are we being shown today? You've got Angel of Balance. Okay. What else do we have? Yeah, what do you need? There's a pregnant pause. Maybe you're needing to press the pause button here. You have Listen. Your inner child has something to say. Say yes. Now is the time to be open and receive. This has got a very lovely energy about it. Really, really lovely. Very, very, very lovely. I think this connects to home, to family. Standing on the edge, cliff. Very interesting, at a cliff edge, at a gateway. I think the full moon will illuminate some area of your world that needs to come back into balance. And the reason it needs to come back into balance is because I think if it doesn't, there's something that I almost feel like you would be on a cliff edge. It's like burnout. I think you're being asked to stop, actually, to bring your world back into balance. Listen to your inner child. I think this is a time for you to receive rather than give. Let's get more cards. What is it that the full moon is illuminating? How can you harness this energy to move yourself forwards? You've got 5 of Wands. Look at the difference here between all this sort of battle going on, and then there's like this fabulous party in the middle. This is like the difference in the energy of the 5 of Wands between being in a space where it feels like everything is competitive versus collaborating, having fun, working together. And then you have the 8 of Swords, where something is shown to you, exposed. But I think it needs to be. Okay, I think the full moon is going to show you something. I think it's going to show you some aspect of your world that needs to come back into balance. I'm seeing those cards as well, and I will draw more potentially in a minute. You have the Page of Cups. Yeah, you have the 2 of Swords. Look at the game going on here. You've got the Tower. You've got the 9 of Swords. You have the 9 of Pentacles as well. Let's move all these along. And then you've got the 9 of Cups, which is a fabulous card. Again, look at the door opening to you. Right. Now, what I need to say, we've got a building that looks like a tower as well, and we've got a blood moon. We've got someone on the edge of a cliff edge. Right, you are actually being asked to genuinely stop and stand still, to pause, because the full moon is going to show you something here. This is how you can harness the energy and receive elevated consciousness. The full moon is going to show you, I think, how to achieve the quality of life that you want to achieve, that abundance, whatever that means for you, but without you busting a gut, without your world being completely out of balance. I think literally something will be shown to you, something will be exposed, whereby you, and I think because it needs to change. You know, maybe you are fully immersed in something, but you're not, it's like you're immersed in something without seeing the bigger picture. These are very interesting cards. Maybe you're worrying about something unnecessarily. The 9 of Pentacles is a card of great satisfaction, great reward. It's almost as though, stop and smell the roses. Do you know, this is almost as though I feel that you're not seeing something that's right in front of you. I think the full moon is going to call you into a space of almost like stop you and ask you to look at something and appreciate. There's an appreciation here of something. Something's going to be exposed because it needs to be. I think there's an appreciation of what you have coming through here, because the Code Grove speaks of gratitude. So does Thurisaz. Thurisaz is like it's like climbing to the top of a mountain, sitting there, casting your mind back over everything that's got you to this moment in time, and with huge gratitude for the learning, you're then ready to step through the gateway. You're ready to birth. You know, this is like a pregnant pause. So I think the full moon is going to show you something that you're not currently seeing. And I think it's about, I mean, maybe you're bound up in worrying or micromanaging or feeling like you're in a competitive environment when in fact you could collaborate. You know, that there's something here where I think this is about perception, actually, largely. And you may feel like you're burning out, working your socks off, when actually you don't need to. Something of your perception is being changed so that you can really say yes to something. Maybe you don't allow yourself to receive. Perhaps you're the one that's always doing all the work. Well, I think you need to open your arms to receive. The 9 of Pentacles is a great card of abundance, literally almost like abundance falling into your lap. I'm I wonder whether you are gifted with something here that changes your perspective. Now, the gift could simply be something radically changing. Because sometimes if something radically changes, it would be like if something, I don't know, if something breaks down, maybe, you know, you think you're in charge of something, and then it all goes to pot, and it makes you realise how much you valued what you had. You know, sometimes we don't value what we have until it's gone. Listen, this is quite a complex reading. I'm going to follow through, of course, for you, my pile threes. May we kindly ask? I'm going to ask for specific information around some of the different cards, because I feel like I'm getting tons of messages and I kind of want to make sense of them and bring them together. But I do feel you are I do feel the fundamental message is to do with your perception of something that is changed. So you, instead of, it's like you're not seeing the true value of something, or you're not recognizing something. And it may mean that it means you're constantly overworking, because rather than recognizing that you don't have to. It could be that, you know, that if you keep overworking, you'll burn out. So you need to see this and change that. It could be that you are micromanaging, you're immersed in something and you're not seeing the bigger picture. I just feel there's something you're not seeing here. What is it? May we kindly ask, and you need to stop and listen. Stop and listen and say yes to a new perspective. The door is being opened to something, a very new attitude or a new perspective here. May we kindly ask for more guidance and information. Let's first of all ask what is shown, what is exposed here. What is actually exposed? What comes to light with the new moon? Not the new moon, the full moon, my apologies. But a full moon does illuminate. It lights everything up. So what is being illuminated? What's being lit up so you can actually see it? We've got the King of Wands. Now this is somebody who's very visible. Now this could be your energy, or it could be somebody else's. I wonder if you're being shown your potential in something. There's something that you haven't seen before. And perhaps it is the potential of collaboration rather than competitiveness. I mean, a good leader will lead through example. A good leader will lead in a way that honours everybody's part in something, rather than assuming that they're sort of bigger and better. The King of Wands knows how to lead with honour, with integrity, with creativity, with spark. I think you're being shown almost like it is an opportunity to shift your perspective, and this could be your perspective of you. Perhaps you are feeling quite helpless, you know, pinned down by a situation, feeling as though you can't move forwards. But actually, I think you can. I think you'll be shown by the full moon that you can literally step up. Let's see what else we're shown. May I ask about the Two of Swords, please? Maybe ask a bit more guidance and information. 10 of Cups. Collaboration coming through again. Healthy, happy relationships. I think you're being shown how important collaboration is. And I'm coming back to the inner child. Angel of balance, family. Yeah, I think you're being shown the importance of what you have and how to manage and value that. Let's see, and that what you have is also, this is also the importance of valuing yourself, not burning out, not trying to do everything. I've definitely got collaboration rather than competitiveness coming through here. Wow, okay. Yeah, this is absolutely, this is all about collaboration rather than healthy collaboration. Open, honest, integrity. 10 of Wands is a card where you carry too much responsibility or a burden. You're doing it all on your own. And we then have a card of marriage, ultimately the 4 of Wands. Wow. So I think this will show you, do you know, there may even be someone or a circumstance around you that has actually been a great blessing to you. And it may be that you hadn't quite realised how important they were. And I think it's going to be illuminated. Could be a person, could be a group of people. I don't think you've really realised how key somebody is in your world until maybe there's the potential for them not to be there. With the Tower, there's something here that could break. It could also, as I said, be your relationship with yourself. Maybe you've been really going it alone, carrying responsibility for everything. And actually, there is a need to not see working with other people as a threat, but to see working with other people as a collaboration that will benefit you and allow you to receive. Now is the time to be open and receive. Yeah, another king. We have King of Wands and King of Pentacles. I'm seeing you in a position of leadership, but at the same time, there's a lot of people working with you. Okay, we then have the card of the World. You've got the 9 of Wands here. How interesting. And then the Knight of Pentacles. I think there is a very, very, very positive window of opportunity that changes your perspective. It's almost like it changes your worldview. I think it connects to people, it connects to your relationships, possibly your working relationships, but maybe your personal relationships too. And it connects fundamentally to gratitude and really honouring. It's this process of giving and receiving, really connecting fully into that. Yeah, into that process of giving and receiving, not seeing people as a threat, recognizing the different contributions that people make, including yourself, honoring, valuing that. And I think the full moon is exposing something for you to see that will shift your perspective away from viewing certain things as being a challenge or a threat. You know, something that makes it feel that you are makes you feel very vulnerable, like a child, or to recognizing that those situations are not a threat. They're actually there. There's a benefit in them in some way, shape, or form. I'd like to ask how this sort of emerges. Like, what's the outcome? Where does the path take you? Because this feels like a big shift in perspective. This is the real, what the full moon is offering you. And the harnessing of the full moon energy is that through a through extending your perspective, changing your perspective, seeing something differently, it means there are opportunities for you to collaborate, to work with people, not to carry everything yourself. I mean, this would be like being a one-man band and working in relative isolation, but being completely snowed under, and your inner child is longing to play and longing for some balance, and you're, you know, still tied into patterns that say, you know, people are a competition, and actually they're not. This is really honouring collaboration. So changing that perspective, there's a big shift in perspective here, and I think that something is shown to you in a big way that creates this shift for you, makes it real. Maybe we kindly ask for how this is going to pan out. I'm seeing these two and this one. How is this going to pan out for my pile threes? We've got the Devil, we've got the 3 of Wands, And we have the Three of Swords. Okay. I think there will be a cutting of cords here. I think there'll be, I mean, ultimately the devil is a liberation. It's removing the chains that bind us. The Three of Wands means that we start to envision in and manifest a very different future. And the Three of Swords is where we kind of grieve for, I would almost say, like the limitations that have been, the things that have held you back. So, for example, if you've worked in a solitary way for ages and ages and ages, or you've been very competitive and it's pushed people out, in a way, there's you know, as you welcome people in, because this is now about giving and receiving in a mutual way, as you welcome people in on equal terms and genuinely allow yourself to receive alongside, you know, this lovely balance of giving and receiving, and you cut cords to some of those old attitudes that have stopped you from following a gorgeous road ahead, a space of possibility. I think we grieve for the time that we've lived in limitation or in lack. There's definitely something about grieving for that and the implications of that. But I am seeing you truly move forwards. Being able to look at the future through a new lens. Is there anything else that my beautiful pile threes need to know? Is there anything else my pile threes need to know about manifesting their abundance? I mean, I think this is all, it's like there's something that needs to be removed within you, an attitude, a perspective. And once it's shifted, in a way, the world opens up for you. Literally, the world opens up for you. May we kindly ask, is there anything else my pile threes need to know? The Queen of Pentacles, this is the Queen of self-care. Really understanding from the inside out what is needed. And the Five of Pentacles, goodness me. This is really owning your own sense of entitlement, your own healing. Knowing that you don't have to keep going at the expense. It's almost like being, you don't have to carry a wound of the past that has been getting in the way of you being able to fully integrate mutuality in relationships so that you can receive as well as give, and in a really harmonious way, in a way that enhances your life, where you are just full of gratitude for what you have and for who you have and for who you are, even the learning. This is a very big illumination for you. It's like learning to do something in a very different way because you operate from a space of awareness. So whereas you could have really pushed yourself to the edge, I think, on occasions, this is really stepping away from that, learning to embrace connections, leadership, where you are collaborating, not being tied by patterns that have held you back. Wow. Wow, 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 and more wow. Pile 3, this is your reading. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm quite blown away by these readings. I really am. What a powerful full moon. And in terms of starting the year, wow. Because as you start the year, it's like with all of this cleared, you're in a position to really, to work in such, like to live in such a different way. I mean, it really is genuinely liberating. It frees you to, it literally does free you from limitations that have just intrinsically held you back and stopped you from being able to really, really flourish. You can move forwards here. I am just loving it. It really does. But there's something within you, your perception of something. That's what shifts here. Pile 3, this is your reading. I am sending you all the love in the world. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of the Moon Magic community. Beautiful souls, if you would like to learn to manifest with the moon, to align your energy with the lunar cycles, do please join me for my Zoom seminars. I will be meeting live with you on Zoom once a month and really teaching you all the elements of manifesting with the moon, working with the energy. And yeah, I'm just super excited to be working with you. So if you are interested, do please jump on board. I'll put the link below. If you're part of my tarot course, and indeed if you're interested in learning to read the cards, the Manifest with the Moon seminars are added to that course bundle. So if you want to do the tarot course, you can do the tarot course, and the Manifest with the Moon seminars are kind of thrown in, as it were. I kind of have opened those seminars to everyone in the tarot community as well, just because, well, we're a community and that's how we work. It's exactly what this reading, in a funny way, is all about. We work together. We are building a community of people. There is a mutuality of giving and receiving. It's what it's all about. And this is what elevates consciousness and helps us all to manifest in a super duper amazing way, because our energy is all about connection rather than competition. So, it's exciting. Anyway, do check those out if you're interested. I am sending you the biggest hug ever. Thank you for your sharing, liking, subscribing, and all the things you do that support the channel. Tons of love, beautiful souls.